Hello, Erica here. I hope you're all doing well, and I thought I'd just post a video talking through the first stages of the Understanding by Design, or as many people call it, the backward design curriculum process. You can see that the template is in Module 2 under the assignment. We've supplied the template for you, and this is the template in fact. And this week you should be beginning to work through the first stages of the template for your backward design process. This really requires a lot of deep thinking, a little bit of research, and for you to reflect on what you think are the key goals of the learning in this particular unit of work or course. So the first thing to do is you've highlighted an area from assignment 1 that you're interested in designing or redesigning curriculum around. And that would be a series of lessons or a course that you're going to work on. Now, don't be too ambitious. Obviously, within the word count for this assignment, you'll only be able to probably redesign a series of, 3, 4, 5 lessons or a course, a short course. But the idea really is to give you practice at that. So the first thing to do is to go to your content standards. So when you've identified the area you're interested in redesigning, often that will come from a syllabus document already, or it will come from a professional standards document or an accreditation document. And so you need to go back to that document and think about, what are the standards or the expectations from the syllabus or the accreditation document. And that will often give you a very good understanding of what the learning goals are for the course or the unit of work. And so then once you've identified the standards from the area you're going to redesign, then you can go to your understanding goals part of the table, and you can see that on the left. So you really want to think in this section, what are the goals of learning this stuff? What should students understand and be able to do? What are the big ideas and the concepts I want them to take away with them once they've finished my unit of work or course? And so that will take quite a bit of reflection, because it's just not, we're not talking about discrete areas of knowledge or discrete skills here that will come under objectives. What we're really talking about are the big understanding goals. And from there, you want to really think, when we go to write, what are the essential questions? What are the leading questions? What's at the heart of this understanding goal? And from there, you'll develop a series of questions which are big questions really about guiding the way you think and your students will think through the big topic areas or the big learning, big knowledge or skill goals of the unit of work. So to give you an example, if I was to design a course in my area of interest, which is immersive learning using virtual and augmented reality, I would go and see if there was anything from the university, because it's a university course, anything from the university that can guide me around the professional standards, the expectations about what our graduates should come out with, but also any standards around immersive learning generally from the literature. Then I would go to the goals section and I would say, well, at the end of this course, like what should my students really come out with? What kind of understanding around immersive learning? What knowledge and skills should they have? And I'd work through those big knowledge, that big skill selection in order to formulate a goal. And it wouldn't be a very wordy goal, but it would be a very clear goal. It would be a goal something like, at the end of this course, I would like students to understand what the advantages, what the benefits and the disadvantages of immersive learning are in a higher education context, and how they might design immersive learning activities to benefit them in their professional life or their business life or at school, depending on their professional background. And then I would think, okay, what knowledge do I need them to have specifically? What skills specifically do they need to have when I come down to the objectives? So really, what type of knowledge do I want them to actually display at the end of it? What type of skills, say design skills or redesign skills would I like them to have, or skills in the selection of technology or the critique or critical use of technology? So what essential questions are there? Well, that's a really tough one. So I take quite a long time to think about this. My goal is for them to come out with, a sort of foundational expertise in the area of immersive learning and how to use that effectively in the area of business or in their professional life. And so the essential questions might be something like, how might immersive learning create opportunities for students or for business partners or for whoever the person's dealing with to engage with content in ways that they couldn't otherwise engage. So what is it about this technology, immersive learning technologies, augmented and virtual reality, that provide new ways of knowing and doing that other technologies are unable to provide? So that would be an essential question guiding my course, really to develop that understanding, that skill around it. And another essential question might be something like, how can I, what skills are required to empower my learners to stay abreast of new developments in immersive technology? Because this kind of technology moves very quickly and you need to stay abreast of it very well in order to make informed decisions. So what kind of skills do they need to really be able to stay abreast of new developments so that they can select and use the technology to the benefit of themselves and to the people they deal with in their business or professional life? So that might be another essential question. And then I would go to the objectives and go, okay, what are the things they really need to do? What are the things they really need to do at the end of this course? What outcomes will there be? What could I observe or measure or have them demonstrate so that I can assess that they can do it? And I would work through both my goals and my essential questions to be able to highlight what those things would be. So this is the kind of deep thinking stage of the backward design process. If you can set this up correctly and really get at the deep goal, the essential questions, and exactly what you want them to be able to demonstrate at the end of it, the rest of it should flow reasonably well. So I'll leave you with those hints there and that bit of a worked example around how I might go and design a course. And I really look forward to seeing what you come up with. If you want to post your first part of your template in discussion board or send it to me via email, I can give you some feedback. But this week you should really be working on stage 1. So good luck, and I hope to hear from you soon.